So tax cuts just one of the first-year accomplishments the Trump White House is touting. Listen.
ISIS is on the run. Historic tax cuts have just been passed through Congress and will be on the president's desk soon. We're very excited about all of the things that have happened this year. The economy is booming. The stock market has seen all-time highs.
Joining me now is Guy Benson, Fox News contributor and political editor at townhall.com, and Mark Penn, former Hillary Clinton 2008 presidential campaign chief strategist, and so many other things that both of you have done. It sounded like Sarah Sanders almost needed a break, guys. Her voice was a little hoarse.
Well, she's done a lot of talking, and the last couple of weeks, it's been a lot of positive news for the White House. I think that they are right to be touting tax reform. They're going to be pushing that momentum narrative into the next year, certainly. And all these companies coming out and paying out bonuses and salary increases and hourly increases and new money-giving endeavors, charitable giving to organizations like that. I mean, these are good things that the White House would love to be talking themselves hoarse over.
Well, we asked you both to come up with your successes and failures. Mark, let me start with you. So your three, Mark, was that tax reform, ISIS defeat, and challenging the status quo were in the successes. Failures, you listed communications, healthcare, and firing Comey. I'll let you expand.
No, I think when you look at it, the best days of this administration are obviously yesterday, and they've come across now with tax reform. I think the crushing of ISIS was really a significant accomplishment, and I think Trump has shaken up the status quo with moves like moving the capital to Jerusalem when other presidents talked about it, but didn't really do it. On the other hand, you know, his ratings are a wreck. The communications has been a disaster. I think Sanders has rescued the communications from round one, which was a double disaster. But they tend to lose the spin on almost everything. Firing Comey, kicked off Mueller, was a complete disaster. Whoever kind of planned out that move, and of course, healthcare was a trade wreck as well. So it certainly has had its shares of negatives and a lot of climbing to do with the American public because they're stuck at about 40%. And that is not where you want to be when you're running the White House.
And then, Guy, you say that your accomplishments, you listed judges. We've been hearing a little bit more about that. And then the economic 1-2 punch of tax reform, and something you don't hear much about because it's hard to describe is the deregulation piece. And then number three, you said standing up for American interests, whether it be in regard to helping Israel, going against Iran, and defeating ISIS. I'll let you have a few words.
Yeah, and on those three, we've seen evidence of it in the last week or two. A lot of judges have been confirmed, 12, I believe, to the Circuit Courts of Appeals, hugely influential. These are strong conservative nominees who have been confirmed. A few of the misfires have withdrawn their names. And, of course, Justice Gorsuch being a giant win on that front for conservatives. And then on the economic front, you talked about it, tax reform plus deregulation. That's huge for the economy. And then standing up for U.S. interests. Just today, a shining example at the United Nations and Nikki Haley.
I'm just going to, we don't have to go over all of these. You say the failures being ongoing unpresidential behavior like the trolling and and you said petty insults, the response in Charlottesville, and then initial rollout of travel ban. All of those things, though, kind of eclipsed by the end of the year here. Let me ask you one other thing before I let you both go. Karl Rove has an op-ed today in the Wall Street Journal talking about President Trump, and apparently there's some desire on behalf of his aides that he traveled extensively to hold rallies to help in the 2018 midterm campaigning. And also, at the same time, we saw today a report that Hillary Clinton is thinking she might want to try to help in the 2018 midterms. Mark Penn, what do you think? Help or hurt for either of these two to get involved?
Look, I think if you're president, I think you're better off being in the White House rather than being in politics. And I think for Hillary Clinton, she's got to decide, does she want to get back in politics, in which case she should do it. And if she's out of politics, it's time for her to kind of take a different role and begin to build back the mutual respect that everybody, I think, would have for her if she got out of politics.
Do you think that Democrats would prefer that she not stay in?
Oh, I think Democrats at this point, you look at her ratings, they're the lowest of her history. They're actually below Trump's by about 5 or 6 points. This is not really the time to like roll her out on the campaign trail by any means, although she'd do well in core Democratic areas, do well with revving up some turnout. But really, if she wants to go back into politics, she should do it. And if
I think
she doesn't,
it's
time for another role.
Guy, we only have a couple of seconds, but I imagine that you would like it if Hillary Clinton hit the campaign trail in 2018.
Yeah, the Republican Party should put her on the payroll and drop to their knees and pray that she campaigns across the country for Democrats. President Trump, by the way, should go targeted places: North Dakota, Indiana, Missouri in particular, and West Virginia, where he's very, very strong with Democratic incumbents who are very vulnerable, places that he's popular still.
Well, good advice from you both, of course. Have a happy holiday. Guy Benson and Mark Penn, thanks so much.
Thanks, Dana.